joy of giving week is more of a metro city kind of feeling कि हाँ चलो हमें कुछ करना है. But when we say दान उत्सव, you can go to any part of India and people can relate to it. So what we do around the year is we try and connect with people. Like for example, here Deepika and Anshuman has given the opportunity to talk about Dan Utsav. So we go talk about Dan Utsav. If people want to become a volunteer or want to celebrate in their own offices, housing societies, organization, as an individual, they are clueless. They can come back to us. We have meetings happening almost every alternate weekend, and we guide them. And during the festival, there is lots and lots and lots that happens. And like MTDC, Maharashtra Tourism taking senior citizens on a free ride. So I can give you numbers and numbers and numbers of examples, but it is not sufficient. You might have seen a video of Sachin Tendulkar talking about the Dan Utsav, and this has been run on all the media channels whenever it is there. Sorry. So Sachin Tendulkar promotes Dan Utsav on personally, and he is our brand ambassador as well. So every year he asks people to come forward and donate. Likewise, many celebrities, people from different organizations, individuals have recognized the festivals. The rural India is celebrating the festival. It is very difficult to track the number of people who do acts of giving. Giving is not giving only cash or clothes. Giving is just going and cleaning your public park. Giving is just making tea night. रात को 2 बजे चाय बना के अपने वॉचमैन को दे दो. उस टाइम पे ठंडी बहुत होती है. या फिर रेगुलर कभी भी बरसात के दिन में. This is as simple as an act of giving. So we request people that, or encourage, or whatever we want to use, like we request people to celebrate the festival for 7 days. That's how I have become the part of festival, and trust me, it's amazing when you go and when you celebrate and understand that there is lots and lots and lots needs to be done. And we thank Deepika, Anshuman and the whole Karmayo team for organizing this festival and giving us this opportunity, because from past 2 years our agenda was to start a Navi Mumbai team, and I told Deepika that I'm going to rope in her for the Navi Mumbai team, and Bharti ma'am here is with us from past 1 year, and she is also going to be a part of it. I am always there in all teams to trouble people if they are not around or they are not being active. So if you have any questions, quickly 2 minutes, I can answer them. Or if you want to write us, then you can just go on danutsav.org and write an email. You can go check the videos and everything that we have. Or danutsavmumbai@gmail.com is what the Mumbai team uses. We have different teams. And in the month of May, we have fellows working 24/7 hours for us. So organizations like iVolunteers or Bhumi or Impact Guru, they put fellows in place and they work 24/7 for 6 months to evangelize festival and create different opportunities. So anyone has a question or no? Okay, great. Thank you. Hai? Sorry.
I have a question to ma'am. Actually, I would like to have your suggestion.
Yeah, sure.
I see many of my friends giving some money to the kids on the streets. Personally, I don't like it because it's we are supporting them, but it's a very short term. I always believe that we should do something concrete for them, and they can, because it just encourages their parents to force them to go and ask for money. So should we do that practice or not? So what's your opinion on that? Because
My opinion, entirely my opinion, answer is no. A clear and simple no. Reason is that begging is organized crime. You'll see that the people who come with little babies, the babies are often not their own. The babies are borrowed from someone. You'll see the baby is always sleeping. Why is the baby always sleeping? It's just that the baby is drugged so that the baby stops crying. So if you want to help some poor child on the road, then give him or her food, give him or her some toy, give him or her a book, give her anything that you feel like, but do not give money. Period. Yeah? Okay. Anyone else? You got your answer. That's my opinion, okay? Yeah, someone else? Okay.
Okay, ma'am. So there was this one incident that happened to me here. I was traveling in the train and there was this kid who came to me and I just offered him a book and he threw it. He said, I want money. So how to mold those kids to take these kind of stuff, because I think they're trained to do that.
See, it is these kids are under compulsion. Whether it's their parents, whether it's an organized part of an organized business, they have to get a certain amount of money every day. So they're not interested in books, and they look upon people like us who offer books as, you think you're doing me a favor. So it's not a very nice, if you've gone to an orphanage, and if you've given, I'm sure some of you have visited orphanages, and you wanted to offer food. What is the first thing that happens? Who's visited an orphanage? And what is the first thing when you say, I want to give you some food? Okay, I brought some candies. So what is the first thing that happens? They smile. They queue up. They queue up. The first thing that an orphanage children does, the children in an orphanage, is the minute you say that I have something to give, they will all queue up. Okay? Next thing is they will extend their hand like this. And you will give like this. When you take a cake, when you're celebrating your birthday and you take pastries around your friends, you never pick it up and give it to your friend, do you? You just hold the plate in your hand and you ask your friend to pick it up. So there's a sense of ownership that the friend is getting, that I'm taking up, okay, I'm participating in this. When you're giving, it's arms. You're not only training that boy to get used to receiving arms, but you're coming from a position of superiority. And that is that, who was asking that question, and that is that position of superiority which kids on the streets do not like. They say that you think you're God and you're coming to teach me to study. Do you know what my problems are? That's the thing that goes on in their mind. Okay? Yeah.
We normally do go to the orphanages, and like you said, that the emotional connect. Like you gave an example of stimulating your child, and then you walk away.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to ask this question. See, the child's example that you gave, that you stimulated the child and then you walked away. Now, how then, then like, it set me
How
thinking.
can you complete it?
Yes, how can you complete the process?
You just wait for the child to sleep. All that I needed to do is to wait for a little while longer and the child would have tired out and would have slept. And then I would have moved him.
Okay, then we sometimes do visit the orphanages and all. Now, which I really, what we noticed is in my society, what we do is on Diwali we give dresses to all the children, and we involve the children in our society as well to go to the orphanage and all. So, again, like you just mentioned, we come from a position of
Superiority, privilege.
Yeah?
Yes.
Even our children will come from that position.
Absolutely.
So how is it that, what is it that where we can become normal?
No, so it's that mingling which makes them normal. When they are going there, when your children are going there, they are superior. When they start playing with those children, are they superior? When they start playing with the children, are they superior? No, they're not.
But
So if you
then
bring
on
those
a
children-
day-to-day basis, how can we do that? Because a
You
lot
can. You don't have to do it on a day-to-day basis. You don't have to do on a day-to-day. But when you're doing it, you have to keep your mind open and see that am I completing what I've come to do, or am I just giving? There are people who will give because religion dictates that you give. Every religion says connect with God. It's a very big thing. Okay, connect with God, and you will have a good afterlife. So many people give for the sake of giving, but that's not the giving that we are talking about. We are talking about giving for bringing about social change. And that can happen only when you are involved. It can't happen. Donations, I'm not saying that giving is not correct, because there are many people who can't spend time, who don't have, who are aware, who can't make the effort. But the thing is that if you can, take it to the next logical end. And if you cannot, if you can get someone else involved, fine. If nothing works, it's fine. What you're doing is still fine. The money that you're giving goes to somebody's food. The food that you give, the clothes that you're giving protects some child from the cold. So every giving is social. But to make it socially responsible, you have to see end to end.
Thank you so much for bringing a lot of very important points to light, both of you. Like even making tea late in the night for the watchman is something we really don't think of. And thank you so much. This has been a very eye-opening session.
Now when he said tea, there's one thing I want to add, maybe Odomos. Maybe you just buy a tube of Odomos and give it to your watchman. He's sitting there, poor chap, with all the mosquitoes around him, and we are sleeping in our home, right? Okay. I want to leave you with two quotations. Okay? The first is the greatest good you can do for another is not just have your riches, not just give your riches, but reveal to him what his riches are. So don't give for the sake of giving. If you can explain to him that this is what he has, this is what he has and what he can use, that's one. And the next is Mother Teresa's, okay? Now at the end of life, we will not be judged by how many diplomas we have received, how much money we have made, how many good things we have done. We will be judged by I was hungry and you gave me to eat. I was naked and you clothed me. I was homeless and you took me in. Hungry not only for bread, but hungry for love. Naked not just for clothing, but naked for human dignity and respect. Homeless not just for want of a room of bricks and bricks, but homeless to create to the call of rejection. Okay? So this is Mother Teresa. Thank you all. Thank you all.